Now, this chapter of Uzumaki, number 17, is titled Escape, but I think a better title for it is actually Loss. And I'm not referencing the comic, the web comic that everybody knows. Okay? Alright. I am, in fact, referencing the act of losing something, the act of losing things, of losing people, of losing loved ones, of losing what's important to you. Because that's what this is about. It's about losing yourself, it's about losing others. How do you hang on to yourself in a world that's descended like this? Like the one that they find themselves walking through. How do you hold on to who you were when the world has gone this crazy, where everything is a spiral? Plants are spirals, people are spirals, the air is spirals, the water spirals. Everything has become the self-centered, the self-seeking death spiral. There is definitely like a metaphor about human existence and human desire kind of built into some of this. Because at the core, most, if not all people, really care about themselves. We're self-centered. And a lot of what we do is we spiral around that. Sometimes we reach out, we help other people, but that's not the default state. The default state is to care about yourself, to go towards the center of who you are, to get the things you want. Now, little brother here, he's got a snail problem. They're like up in the mountains around the town, wandering around, looking around, because there's supposedly a mountain pass, a mountain trail that will take them out of the city, that will take them to safety. As they're up there, they realize all the row houses are arranged in some kind of circular pattern, a spiral, around the pond. And there's somebody down there extending one of the row houses. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. He's causing little tornadoes, and those tornadoes aren't really hurting him. They're not hurting the row houses. The row houses are immune to the effects of the winds. They are immune to the damage of the spiral. All right. Let me flip. I gotta like measure my pages here because I really want to show a lot of stuff off, and I can't. All right. So our protagonists, they run into this people they were with earlier. They were hanging out with these dudes previously, and then they snuck away because these guys got real creepy and were like, let's eat snail people. Well, they didn't want to hang around while they ate a bunch of snail people because snail people used to be people, at least some of them, maybe all of them. Look how the vegetation itself. When we started out, there were just a few little whirligigs. Now, everything is a whirligig. These are big, like helical spirals going up. These have just wound up tightly on themselves, but it's all spirals. They got this guy on a leash so he can't escape. That way, when he turns into a snail, they can eat him. Think about that. This dude who you've known as a person, this dude who is your friend, you're just treating as a meal ticket. That's messed up. These dudes here that they're walking with have lost themselves. In fact, it gets even worse. When their friend does turn into a snail, and I guess this is not the biggest shock in here, but this kind of shows like how you lose yourself. These people are lost. They're no longer who they were. They're not who they want to be. They have in fact become these self-centered beings who are just walking around. They're spiraling. They're literally spiraling through the mountains here, looking for a way out that doesn't exist. And as soon as they get the opportunity, they go down to eat their friend raw. They don't even kill him. They don't even cook him. Dude's not even like, let's crack the shell open. He starts climbing into the shell. He turns himself literally into a spiral to eat his friend. Now, our protagonist, Mitsuo, Kira's little brother, he's turned into a snail person. So where do you think this is going? Like, what do you think is about to happen here? If you thought conflict between these dudes and our protagonist because Mitsuo has turned into a snail, you're thinking the right kind of thing. It's a real bittersweet, kind of heartbreaking moment, what happens later on. It's absolutely great. And you should read the rest of this and see what happens to these guys, see how far they descend, see how far they go in their pursuit of eating snails. Because that's what they're all about. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope to see you again next time. And till then, bye bye.